listeners and readers. This is the AwardsWatch Podcast, brought to you by AwardsWatch.com. I am your executive editor, Ryan McQuade, joined today by Erik Anderson.
Hello, hello, hello.
Editor-in-chief. Tyler Doster.
Hello.
Television editor. It's just an editors-only show today. None of our friends are here. It's very quiet. It's been a kind of crazy day. Erik's in a mood.
I am in a mood.
Yeah.
I'm in a mood.
Yeah.
To cause some drama.
Just go listen to the new Beyonce song.
Do you know how many times I've listened to that?
So many times. It's so fucking good.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And I just have it on repeat when I'm like prepping. I did all of my dinner prep tonight for tonight.
What did you make? What are you making?
Potato salad and
with raisins.
No, it's like Southern potato salad. It's got yellow mustard and dill pickles and just good stuff. I love it. It's good.
Tyler, is that Southern?
Tyler's making a face.
No, that's
yes, it is.
I don't like potato salad.
Oh, okay.
I love it when it has like a lot of yellow mustard and a lot of pickles in it.
You like sour? You like
sour and pickles. That's my whole vibe.
Yeah, we've talked about that before.
Yes, we have. But yeah, no, just all kinds of it's a very weirdly.
So you have a potato salad and what else? Like what is the
corn and
the fuck?
Pork ribs.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
And greens. I'm gonna saute
for our vegan listeners. Eric didn't give a shit. Yeah, it's just killing.
Oh, vegans? Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Bye.
We support that for your lifestyles, listeners, but not ours.
I love that for you.
Yeah, exactly. Tyler and I, we were talking about barbecue the other night, so we're clearly not in that department either.
Yeah, we sure were. It's making me want some.
Yeah, I was thinking about brisket. Oh.
Isn't this an Emmy podcast?
It's supposed to be, but damn it if it doesn't turn into food.
Yeah, right? This is the AwardsWatch food podcast now. I love it.
Well, I have been watching the new episodes of Iron Chef. If that helps. And
I don't think so.
They're fantastic. I love that show. I don't care. It's like that's the kind of nostalgia I need. Just like people running around for an hour and 5 minutes making 7 complicated dishes that I'll never eat, but make me while I'm doing it, like eat like a burger or something. You know what I mean?
I'm so glad you said that because I was wondering. I remembered that someone told me they were watching Iron Chef, and I truly could not remember who told me.
It was me.
People reach out to me all the time. And they're like, "Guess what I'm watching?" And I'm like, "What are you watching?"
Yeah. Oh, that must be annoying.
I heard it's like really campy or like funny.
Yeah, it's always been like that. What are you talking about?
I know. I remember the old ones, but
well, yeah, you remember.
Feel like
way back when.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Just gonna stop that right now.
Exactly. We're here to talk about drama.
Shocking.
What fuels Erik on a daily basis?
Lots of drama. You're 50% of my drama, Ryan. So
that's not true, and you know it. Trust me.
51. I own.
It doesn't go up.
The more of this drama.
I'm not nearly as bad as others. Probably, I'm a saint compared to those people. Especially,
what I tell you.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to talk about the acting categories, and series, and everything. We're going to talk about also the writing and directing, which when we talked about that last time with comedy, it just announced. So you get to go through this bloodbath and see how many times the same shows get nominated in these categories.
It's going to be really bloody.
Yeah. So, you guys ready?
Ready.
Okay. Let's do directing first. How about that?
Oh,
directing
cool.
In a drama.
The Succession category.
Yeah. I was just gonna. Yeah, that was what I was gonna say. Is like looking over this, it just feels like, how many do you think they're going to get at this point, Erik? Like, is it? They submitted 4, right?
I'm honestly a little bit nervous. I think 3. There's 7 spots. 3 feels pretty easy for it to secure. Especially after those 5 DGA.
Jesus, that was stupid.
I still can't get that out of my head. And I think that's what, anybody that's looking, into their predictions for drama can't either. So it's messy, but right now I see it getting 3.
I mean, talk about putting the DGA award in the middle of the room, right, Tyler? And just like let them go at it. Let the whole Succession team just like beat the hell out of each other to get that DGA. I would have loved
that
to
actually would have been really, really fun.
Yeah, that would have been because nobody else would have mattered and be like, oh, well, our show's not nominated, so who gives a shit? Like,
well, they were all seated at different tables.
Really?
DGA, which was really funny. I mean, not all, but like they weren't.
They were scattered.
They were a little scattered.
Oh, you were in the room.
I was right in front of the table that had Lorene Scafari and.
How was the menu?
It was really good.
I remember you sending me photos. Yeah,
yeah, that's right. It was really good.
The food, I'm not. Yeah, so
I didn't get those photos. I'm a little upset now, Erik.
No, yeah. I'll have to find them.
Nah, you didn't send me photos. You just put them all over online vaguely with the people he was with and the food that he had.
I was just be a little careful.
Yeah, you always try to be careful, but then you're messy.
I am messy, but I'm glad we're talking about directing because I think there is a sneaky contender here once we get through who we think is definitely in. But
well, I think Succession's going to have 3, and then I think Yellow Jackets will probably get the pilot in. That just seems about right. And then stupid Duffer Brothers will probably get like a nomination for one of their shows. Will they be? They didn't submit the finale, like the finale that we haven't seen yet, have they?
No, they submitted one episode that was theirs, and then one that was Sean Levy, which is the Dear Billy episode, which is the one that will get in if it gets in.
Okay. Because man, I had to tell you that sounds like something up their alley, which is like we did a 2.5 hour movie for one episode. We're gonna submit that. But they didn't. So
no, because that'll be next.
Ozark will get something in there, probably Bateman.
Yeah. I mean the series finale, I feel like kind of almost has to get in.
And then I think Stiller will get in. That's what I think. Like I hope.
You know what? There are 7 spots. I have 8 things listed, and I can't decide what the one to drop is.
Okay. Well, while you figure that out, Tyler, how do you see
Tyler has to say?
Yeah, how you think the category is going to play out, Mr. TV editor?
Okay, so with 7 episodes of Succession being put in, I also think that it's going to be. I think the 3 is going to be its sweet spot to be able to get these nominations. I think you're right. I think that the Dear Billy episode is going to get nominated. I actually have in my predictions, I have 2 episodes from Ozark, the series finale by Bateman, and I also have Laura Linney's episode in there. That's the one I'm probably least confident about. I know you mentioned Severance, and I have the way we are listed as well as one of mine, but I didn't put it in my predictions because I'm just not sure how Severance is going to play just yet. So I'm excited and nervous to see how that's going to go. And I also think that Karen Kazuma's direction for the pilot of Yellow Jackets is most likely going to get down.
Yeah. I'm
nervous.
sorry, Erik. No. What is Erik? You're nervous?
I'm actually nervous for Yellow Jackets because I don't think you didn't mention Squid Game, right?
No, we didn't mention that.
They only have one submission. There's no way they're not getting it.
Yeah,
they're getting it. They're just gonna like.
And also too, that Ozark finale was even though it is Bateman, it was divisive by a lot of people.
Yeah, because they did something really horrible that I disagree with, but that was really the writing. But they didn't. Robin Wright's episode didn't get submitted, and that was really disappointing because she's a pretty fantastic director right now.
Yeah, but they did do Lenny, like Tyler said, so that there's that. Yeah. And then if they just want to go all in on nominating that show since it's the last go around, but I don't know. I agree with you, Erik. Like the pilot of Yellow Jacket seems like I'm pretty confident of that here. Not so much maybe in the writing category. But I don't know how Ben Stiller doesn't get in, at least for direction. If you have problems with that show, it might be from more of the writing standpoint, but even though I think it's going to get in at least one writing spot, but I feel like that's a show. It's gotten a lot of momentum. It's Apple's big drama push.
Mhm.
And yeah,
You would think.
well, you would think, and you would hope. But also too, I do worry about Yellow Jackets because of the showtime of it all.
Mhm.
And that's where I'm worried about it. But yeah, like Succession getting 3, and then Stranger Things with its delayed sort of run where it's released the first 7 and then the last 2, and then like Better Call Saul's doing that same crap. God, can we talk just about how that is the stupidest damn thing to do? And I hate that more than anything on this planet. It's just release your series and end it. Just do it.
But that's why the Emmys, the Television Academy said, no, we're not doing this anymore.
Yeah.
And this is
go ahead.
Me too. I'm so glad.
So happy.
It was so the hanging episodes things was the worst. So it will change the way that networks release their programming now, and thank goodness.
Well, they sort of, I mean, AMC is the one that sort of started it all, right? With like Breaking Bad and Mad Men.
I think Mad Men did it too.
Well, Mad Men did do it in the last season. Yeah,
they did it.
So yes, so it's really AMC's fault.
Yeah. Well, I will say that about Mad Men is that last season, when they split it into 2 parts, it did feel like 2 distinctively different parts, as opposed to one whole
seasons.
That's what I say.
It doesn't.
You know.
It's.
Well, they did release them a year apart, so it was, and even though they called
as long as it's 6 episodes, then it's a whole season. But
yeah,
no.
And it was. So
that's all. That's it. It's not like an A and a B.
Yeah, but then it's the slippery slope, right? Of what Stranger Things did with it's like 7 episodes and then 2. You freaking kidding me? It's dumb. Sorry, Tyler. What were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say that's why I'll give props to Ozark for releasing both parts just a few months apart, but it's still both in the eligibility date, just to give people a few months to catch up on it before they give it to you. And I will say, in case listeners don't know, I'm still not caught up on Ozark. It's
good. Then I'm glad I didn't say what the thing was.
It's okay. I'm not caught up either. I'm not going to.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to. I'm just getting there.
I'll get there one. I'll get there one day. There's a lot of other TV that I'd rather catch up with or finish off or all that other stuff. But anyway, do you guys have any like potential spoilers other than the ones that we've mentioned that could sneak into directing in a drama series?
Yes.
Okay, well, Tyler first, because I don't care about you. So
okay.
Well, this one is kind of random, and I'm not sure. I'm not confident in this at all, but I did write it down just in case. It all depends to me on how many nominations Euphoria gets in other categories. But I do have Stand Still Like a Hummingbird by Sam Levinson on there. So that's not in my predictions, but I feel like that is maybe an outsider. My predictions also didn't include Squid Game because I frankly just got caught up in it and forgot about it.
Can't count out The Morning Show. This was in this category before, right, Erik? And,
that's my sneaker, but not the Mimi Letter episode, which did get in last time, but the Leslie Lincoln Glatter, because she has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 directing nominations. Mostly all for Homeland, 1 for Mad Men, but she is the president of the DGA. She is enormously popular. So it would be a sneaky, not so sneaky nomination. But at the same time, when she got in for Homeland, that was an almost easy thing to predict. I think a lot of us did predict that based on her history there. So obviously the history with The Morning Show and her is not there in the same way.
Yeah.
And this is a tough category. Succession really has to somehow stumble and get like only 2 nominations for all of these other things to get in. Squid Game, Severance, Yellow Jackets, all first season shows. That's a lot. One of them's not making it.
Man, I also really wish Kogonada was getting into this category,
or Justin Schoen. I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot of TV.
Yeah, there was a lot of great new dramas, and that's the thing. It's like we are in the era right now of where like Ozark and Better Call Saul, they are slowly out the door. Even though Better Call Saul will be back next year too, right? Because of its second half of its last
Yeah,
season.
and talk about a show with like its stars directing.
Right. I mean, well, that's the thing too about that show. Is like, man, it has been the bridesmaid for so many damn years in these
39 nominations and no wins.
Exactly. For a show for that, its original show did extremely well, especially its final 2-3 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it always blows my mind that hasn't received any awards. But it also feels like too, it's like, yeah, we'll nominate it, but we already rewarded this, even though I do feel it's just as good as,
I think
in some ways it's even better, than the original. But yeah, a lot of great new shows. Yeah, the Squid Game of it all. I didn't even think about that.
Oh, I mean, that's an easy one.
It is easy, but man, that show came out.
The one submission.
It feels like it just came out so long ago, though. That show. I mean, we're talking about like in September of last year, and all these other things have had more momentum, and but I think it'll still do really well because
it's still Netflix's most watched show ever.
Yeah, no, for sure. Well,
Stranger Things is still behind it, just behind it. It's
close. I think after that finale, it might change.
Well, yes.
Yeah. So, okay. Any other ones, Tyler? Any other ones? No, Erik. Last word.
No, unless like there's that Winning Time Lakers show and Adam McKay. So
I was going to say McKay could get there.
It's possible. I have him on low face on my list. I'm not, I can't pretend that it's not real.
Yeah,
it's possible.
I'm coming out on this podcast as anti-Adam McKay.
Oh, so you're in line with everyone else?
I was gonna say that's a pretty popular
what a bold take for you.
You're in good company.
Now I just missed the old Adam McKay, the one before he won an Oscar, because that's ever since then he hasn't made anything. Well, but then there's Succession, but that's more Jesse Armstrong than anything else.
Yeah.
So, speaking of writing, let's talk about writing in a drama series. Who did I start with first? Erik. I started Erik last time. Tyler, I'll start with you with writing. How do you see this playing out? I feel like this is where we can have more of a chance of variety rather than in the directing category.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. My predictions, actually, I have 7 nominees. I have 7 different shows. So I think that it can go a lot of different ways. I have one of the Better Call Saul episodes in there. Yeah. I haven't seen Better Call Saul, so it's kind of hard to pick one. But
wait, have you never seen it, or are you just not this season?
I'm on season 2 or 3 right now. I'm catching up still. I have the finale for Ozark, the We Are for Severance, One Lucky Day, Squid Game. I believe that's the finale. All the Bells Say, Succession. To me, that's a shoe-in. That's a definite shoe-in. I have the pilot of Yellow Jackets, but as you mentioned, the showtime of it all, that could very much change by the time we get to the final predictions. And I also, for my last one, I have the Gilded Age. I put that one in there because the Television Academy loves Julian Fellows. They love Downton Abbey. So I'm just thinking that maybe because of that name, because of his wins before, especially when it was just a limited series that ended up keeping going, they still kept winning. So I'm thinking that maybe by name recognition alone and people having watched it, they might go for that.
Yeah. When I saw that prediction, I was like, yeah, that is totally something that they would do. Legacy sort of nomination from someone that's been in this category, in many categories before. Erik, how do you see it playing out?
I like the choice of Gilded Age. I'm not sure I have it. I don't think I do.
Well, you were around in the Gilded Age, so how did the show depict the era?
Not that accurate. And I'll stake my case here.
Oh no.
Now this is a weird category because they went a whole lot of years where it was all different shows nominated in, all slots. And then the last couple of years, multiple nominations. Ozark had 3 in here. in one season. And you have Better Call Saul, which is extremely good at getting nominations in here. They have 5. They had 2 in 1 year. Killing Eve had arguably its worst season, and especially finale. So I think that's probably tanking. Stranger Things has 2 nominations here, but I don't feel like it's getting in
for writing. No, that's not a writing show.
No, but you have to look at what's gotten in here before, and certainly this season of Stranger Things is its biggest and buzziest since the first.
Yeah,
by far.
True, but that doesn't mean it's because of the writing. It could just, unless you're going to say that it's going to coattail into massive nomination haul, which I'm looking
at that it has 2 previous.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. I don't think it's going to get into writing, but
I didn't say it was. I'm just looking out for it, Ryan.
Okay. Well, last time I looked out for something, you yelled at me on the last episode.
Well, that's fair. I'm almost always right to do that. That's
fair. That is,
rude,
but fair.
It is. So okay, I'm actually pretty close to where Tyler is. I've got like Wine and Roses for Better Call Saul, Hard Way to Go for Ozark, The We Were Are, Severance, One Lucky Day, Squid Game, All the Bells Say Succession, because they only submitted one. They're the reigning winner. They have 2 wins here. Pilot for Yellow Jackets, and then I don't know what to do about that last one. That's a place where like Winning Time could get in. The Swan, the first episode. Loki could get in. Look at what happened with The Mandalorian last year. 2 writing nominations here. There's just weird things can happen. And I can see it.
Erik, you will know this, or Tyler, you'll know this more than I will. It's just because you probably have a list in front of you. Did the finale of This Is Us, was that submitted?
Let me see.
Because that could be something that could come into play as well. Since
the finale episode title, I don't remember the title.
I don't know. I can't keep. Yeah, I'm just.
They have a lot of submissions. They've never gotten in. Even when in their biggest Emmy season where they had 16 nominations or something.
Moon Shadow, I think is what the finale is.
No, I don't think they.
It's called Us.
Okay, is it just called Us? Sorry, I'm looking.
Then they do have that one submitted, but
okay, yeah.
That show's always been about
Us.
The acting categories.
Yeah, no, I know that, but it is something that true. It is like that could be a surprise one in there. Given the fact that there is a lot of love for that season, and it is and it is over and everything. So
there definitely is a lot of love for it.
But then Severance, that's like a writer's show if there ever was one, though, with great direction. That show's just fantastic. Squid Game 2, Succession, Yellow Jackets, Ozark, those all make sense. Better Call Saul 2 there. Sam Levinson's writing for Euphoria is someone I think you could if they really went for that second season. I think that's like something. Which episodes did they submit?
Euphoria.
Yeah. It's just to stand still like a hummingbird.
Okay. Which
I think it's either going to be 7 nominations with no crossover, no multiple nominations, or Better Call Saul gets 2, or Ozark gets 2.
Not Succession.
They only have 1.
They only have 1.
They only submit 1 every year.
That's surprising.
They know what they're doing with that, though. They keep winning. So
yeah, that's fair. They'll stack the category in directing, but when it comes to writing, they know what they want to do there.
Yeah,
because it's usually just Armstrong anyway. So
no, Mark Mylod. Oh, for writing.
Yeah, for writing. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think I might actually go with Loki here. I might. I think I might.
All right.
And then make it 7 different shows.
7 different shows.
We'll see.
Wait, you're gonna go with Loki?
I might, yeah. So I'd have Better Call Saul, Ozark, Severance, Squid Game, Succession, Yellow Jackets, Loki.
Yeah, I keep forgetting about the Loki of it all because man, they really do go for the genre. They've gone for the genre the last couple of years,
and it was popular.
It was a very big hit. Yeah, of all the things from Disney Plus this year, that's the one that I think caught on the most.
Oh, you mean not comedy series Hawkeye?
Shut up.
Really? Wow.
You mean limited series Moon Knight? You mean the Book of Boba Fett? No, I think Loki was clearly head and shoulders above, but we'll see. Like they've done well the last 2 years with Mandalorian and then WandaVision and Mandalorian last year, and so we'll see if that momentum continues. I highly doubt it, but you never know. People are watching a lot of this stuff with their kids, so I think that's what's been a really favorable factor in the last couple of years. Plus, 2 technical categories speaking too. Those are big tech players for below the line stuff. So that has bled over. Not so much in the writing for like Mandalorian or anything, right?
Yeah, it got 2 writing nominations last year.
I forget how weak last year was.
But I mean, The Mandalorian was a much bigger phenomenon.
Yeah, I mean, like when that thing comes, it's one of the most anticipated shows of the year, as opposed to like Book of Boba Fett, which is like trash. Anyway, let's move over to the acting category, shall we? So let's do Best Supporting Actor in a Drama Series. Let's talk about parody. Let's talk about people that are going to show up that are going to be dominated by like 3 or 4 shows, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, every category we're like, oh, here's the Succession category.
This is the one.
This is a pretty big one.
Yeah. So, Erik, how many Succession boys do you have in there?
We have 8 spots, and I have 3.
You almost said 4. You wanted to say 4 there, didn't
because my number 4 is like so close and could easily be in there.
Is that a
Alan Ruck?
Yeah,
because he actually had a character this last
Yeah,
season.
he was pretty good this year.
He was pretty fantastic.
Yeah.
Because they've always painted him as like the most normal and stable-ish kind of guy.
Yeah, so they don't focus on him that much.
And this year, with this whole like presidential campaign, I'm like, you are fucking nuts, just like all y'all.
Some of the best work of his career, to be honest with you.
He was really good.
Yeah, and then McFadden, Culkin, and a Braun, who is always the MVP of the damn show. Braun's amazing every season.
Culkin is the MVP.
Yeah, I love me some Nicholas Braun, but I get what you're saying. I mean, it's hard to say like no one's bad on this show. It's
no.
When I think of Culkin now, all I can see in my head is that one frame of his reaction when he sends the text to his dad instead of Jerry. Just that face he makes is so fucking perfect. I have it saved to my phone.
That eyebrow is such a great reaction shot. He needs to win like for that episode.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
But McFadden, it was really his season. He was really good this year too. I thought like his stuff was really
well.
When we talk about wins later, I that's someone I really strongly think could win the thing. To be honest with you,
talk about a roller coaster of a character arc.
Yes,
with how that ends with him. Oh my god,
he's what you take away in the finale, like in the final moments.
This is he's like, this is what happens when you fuck with the cuck.
Yes, Erik. Okay, so those are, I mean, Tyler, you have 3, 4?
I have 3.
You have 3. I have 4. Yeah,
they very well could.
Yeah. And then so 8 in the category. If I have 4 and you have 3, then who else finishes out the categories for you too, Erik?
I have Billy Crudup for the morning show, John Turturro for Severance, Giancarlo Esposito for Better Call Saul. Jonathan Banks I have for Better Call Saul too, but he is the one that's like on the edge for me. There's also, I'm gonna absolutely mispronounce it and feel
Go for it.
horrible.
Go for it.
Oh Young Soo for Squid Game.
Yeah.
And then I'm still looking out for like Chris Sullivan from This Is Us, who was in here before. David Harbour from Stranger Things in here before. And if they go really crazy on Squid Game, then Park Hae-soo.
Or if they go really into Severance, they could nominate like Christopher Walken.
Tramel Tillman would actually be much better than Christopher Walken to get it.
Yeah, but you know how sometimes with the big stars, you know.
I know, but it's a great performance.
He's great. Yeah.
A more, I guess, more integral, but yeah, Walken is pretty great.
Yeah. Plus all that stuff with Turturro and him it's really like a lot of the heart of that show too. And
it's a great part.
It's a great part. Yeah. What about you, Tyler?
Mine are pretty much the same. The only difference I think is I do have John Turturro getting in right now. Once again, though, I'm just not sure. I know they're pushing it, but I'm just not sure how the Television Academy is going to embrace Severance yet. I'm very excited to see how many noms it can get, because I feel like if they go in on it, they're going to really go in on it. But yeah, I have Esposito, Banks, Young Soo, and Crudup as well.
It'll be interesting to see if like Severance is like Lost, where it gets really embraced, or if it's like Succession and it gets nothing really that much until like the second season, and that's when it really breaks out. Like I think it's gonna do somewhere in the middle. I don't think it's gonna overperform, but I think it's gonna just get the bare requirements. It'll get maybe a directing and a writing and Turturro and then step below the line, and then for sure I think it's in series when we talk about that later. But I have the 4 gentlemen from Succession. Oh Yoo-sung for Squid Game. I have him in. I don't have Jonathan Banks in right now. I have him on the outside. I have Giancarlo.
He's missed before.
Yes. Yeah. And then I have Turturro. But man, and then Crudup. And I reluctantly have to have Billy Crudup into that lineup.
I didn't want to add him in there, but I mean,
damn show.
He's a winner for the show.
Stupid show.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, he's in. He's one of the few redeeming qualities of that show, especially season 2.
Really?
I think he's great. Oh yeah.
I haven't even watched season 2. I told Erik that the other day. I just can't do it.
I'm not gonna do it. The Juliana Margulies of it all. Just she
also just kind of barely survives. And it's by doing the bare minimum. She's not really doing anything as a character.
She's bad.
Kind of like in The Good Wife.
Oh, she's fantastic in The Good Wife.
I'm just kidding.
No, I love her in The Good Wife.
I purely wanted to see your reactions.
Oh my god.
I love that show. Don't even start.
Of course they do.
It's a great show until the final season. Just the truth. Good Fight's actually not that bad. It's just been buried on a streaming platform. Nobody ever talks about it. It's much better bingeable than week to week, that show. Talked about Loki. I mean, Owen Wilson is there if he wants to be a potential spoiler.
Yeah.
And it felt like a lot of people got really good reaction from him. He has scenes. He does really great job opposite Tom Hiddleston in that show.
It's the best thing he's ever done, but that's
wow.
A low
wow.
Wow. That was coming.
Yeah. Well, it was kind of a shocking statement, but also wow. Anyway,
so sorry to the listeners.
Chris Sullivan, This Is Us. Yeah, well, it'd be interesting to see if like that show gets any traction. Euphoria. Anybody from Euphoria? You guys think maybe a potential? No?
Eric Dane. It would be the closest.
That would be interesting.
I mean, he's got a great episode.
He's got a really good episode submission. Maybe more in like guest. for this,
No.
like guest actor. You know what I mean? But,
Yeah,
not
I
for
mean,
him, but like in
yeah,
that
yeah.
guest category to land someone there. But
Yeah, Coleman Domingo has a pretty good shot there.
yeah, in this one, I don't think, but it was just, I'm just throwing it out there, seeing if anybody's got any wild maybe prediction or somebody to look out for.
I don't think I've got anybody like super left field here.
Okay.
I don't either really. It
Okay.
seems like it's like just down to about 10 or 11 men for this category, and they'll be fighting it out to get that nomination.
What do you guys have at number one right now?
Culkin.
Really?
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
I think this is going to be his season.
It was a breakthrough. As much
It was-
as McFadden is, like I said, his arc is insane.
Yeah,
This Culkin has all of the thunder.
he does. I think it's
Yeah.
one of those two.
Yeah.
And while we're here, I just want to say that I don't think there's going to be any fucking vote splitting or anything like that. So we're going to go ahead, jot that down right now if you're listening.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's why you're my TV editor, Tyler.
Yeah. That's why we love Tyler.
Because you align with my thinking.
Yeah, get into the nitty. If you didn't, would you be here? You know?
Absolutely
Like,
not.
no.
Unacceptable.
I would love it nothing more than the Succession guys to just, do the thing that we just said doesn't happen, but it does, and it doesn't. But like, I would love Turo to win this. I thought he was so good on that season. He was
loved him in this.
God.
Yeah.
To talk about being some of the best work of your career. I mean, my God.
It was such quiet and gentle work, and I just
Yeah.
He's
And without spoiling it, God, that finale.
I was just gonna say that. That finale is so heartbreaking, and everything.
I almost turned the TV off.
it was a lot.
It was beautiful, beautiful work.
Yeah.
God, that
They hit you with that up in the air moment.
God. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. There you go. All right. Moving on to supporting actress. I feel like we'll have a little bit more to say here. I feel like this isn't as dominated by Succession as the other category was.
It can't be, but yeah.
But it seems from a couple episodes ago when Erik already laid his flag firmly in the ground that Julia Garner was going to win her third Emmy.
I did this in like January.
In January.
when I saw the first half of the season. This was before even seeing the second half of the season.
You just were like,
every episode is a Julia Garner showcase submission. It's crazy.
Okay. Well, assuming that she's going to win, because, fluidity in the race and all, I guess that's out the door for Erik. But Tyler, how do you see this playing out? Is it just like Julia Garner's to win, but then also too, who would be her stiffest competition? Is it Sarah Snook?
That I agree with Erik. I think Garner is the clear front runner right now. I can't decide who I think would be. I think that right behind her, and maybe not even right behind her, honestly, because the Television Academy loves her.
Mm-hmm.
I think that Ho Yin Young from Squid Game, I think that'll be a big one. She did win the SAG Award a few months ago. I think Sarah Snook's going to be huge competition. I also think that J. Smith Cameron will be getting in this year for Succession.
Absolutely.
Because she's been having more to do, and she is so fabulous in that show. Every line delivered is just like chef's kiss.
Mm-hmm.
I think that previous Emmy winner Patricia Arquette will be making the cut for Severance.
Yep.
She gives another unhinged performance, and I just love it so much.
That finale, talk about her having to juggle all that in the finale too.
Right.
She's kind of having to juggle weirdly two parts.
Well, everybody's doing two parts, but she's doing two parts way more than everybody else.
Yes. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I also have Christina Ricci for Yellow Jackets. I know we've talked a little bit about how we think this could go, but I do think if they really embrace Yellow Jackets, it would be crazy for Christina Ricci not to get nominated.
After moving to supporting, that like locked her in.
Yeah.
I also have Yoon Jung for Pachinko. She is She is a previous Oscar winner, and we know that they love that. They love them some name recognition.
She was,
And
she
I've only
was-
seen it. I've only seen like half of the season, but I mean, she's fabulous in Pachinko.
Mhm.
And then I will go ahead and apologize, but not
Oh.
really, to the Better Call Saul fans because I have taken Rhea Seehorn out. I would like to specifically apologize to Kenzie because I saw her tweet. But I do think at this point, I'm leaning towards Sydney Sweeney making it in for Euphoria.
Wow. Go for one fan base to the other there, Tyler.
Right. I'm going to make
Wow.
someone mad.
You're
but
going
it's
to
not-
piss off somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, because my God.
Wait till we get lead actor where I don't have Lee Min-ho.
Yeah, that's the lead actor is crazy. This I feel so good about 7 of the 8 things I have predicted, which
Okay.
is again, I think I've said this before too. The expansion of the nominees do not make this easier.
Nope.
Mhm.
It makes it harder because we're always looking at like, when there was 5, it was like, oh man, but this person was probably 6 and so close. It is so much more difficult.
Oh, Eric, we do that if there was 6 and oh my God, that person
No,
was
we-
7.
Yeah,
We're
but
doing that
it-
right now with 8 and oh, who's 9?
But it
You know what I mean?
feels even more. It feels even more.
When
It's-
is enough for you?
exactly? There could be 10 spots, and we'd be like fighting over number 11.
Yeah.
Well, actually, this one was number. Yeah, I know.
It's very much that.
Weirdly, we don't do that with Best Picture, actually, or like at the Oscars or anything. But I get what you're saying.
I think we do
Um,
that. We do it. I mean, enough. I think.
Yeah, I guess so. But anyway, who are your 7 that you got pretty much confidence in?
My confident 7 are, I think, the exact same that Tyler mentioned, except for Sweeney right now,
Okay.
which is a maybe. That being said, go read my interview with Sydney Sweeney on AwardsWatch.com right now.
Wait, always be plugging. Always be
She's
plugging.
really
her.
wonderful. She's
Yes.
an absolute sweetheart, and I adore her.
Mhm. So
but-
you don't have her in your 8 spot.
No, I have Garner and Shung and Snook and Cameron Arquette, who I think is a huge threat here.
Mhm.
Richie and Yun, and then it's a fight between Millie Bobby Brown, Juliana Margulies, Sadie Sink, Sydney Sweeney, and Rhea Seehorn.
Yeah.
It's going to be a fight, and this is why Seehorn keeps missing.
Yeah. Yeah, because
Because
it gets
she's
down to
n-
this final spot and
Yeah,
it's
she's always in the conversation every season, and I feel so terrible because people really support her getting in, and she reads things, so she
Oh,
gets
yeah.
excited about it too. But every time we have this, Seehorn is always on the cusp of like,
Yeah.
maybe she's getting in this year, and it's
and it's not like that she doesn't have the episodes or she doesn't have the
Yeah.
great performance or anything. It's just like, man, when we get down to it, this is a very competitive race. And I agree
But-
with you.
like
Yeah,
the year
it's-
that everyone decides she's not getting in is when she's going to get in, because that's just how things work.
So either this year or next year.
Yeah,
'Cause
I mean, it might
that's it.
just it might
Yeah.
be. So I'm not
s-
sure where I'm going to land on my number 8 yet, because I think I could see Margulies getting in here as
God damn it.
a little bit of royalty.
Well, I agree with 7 that you 2 have mentioned. Garner's up. I don't have a winner yet. I'm not yet to declare a winner. I'm not like Erik. I need more voting and more time. He's clearly not
Tyler agrees with me. So
clearly not
it's not just
anyone
me out
swayed
on an
by
island.
Madonna, in her playing that at all.
Don't bring Madonna into this.
You want to bring Madonna into this? You
Not
want
really. I'm not. I do think Sarah Snook has a good opportunity here to win, because she is extraordinary in this show and always delivers fantastic work. You mentioned Patricia Arquette. That is someone that I could see in a way getting representative for Severance, just like I think Totoro could too. One of those two could. Like
Arquette won for the act. She won for medium.
Yeah.
They love her.
her.
No matter what the voting structure is.
Yeah. And she's really good. Like she's really good on the show. I wouldn't give her the win.
She's a lot in the show.
She's good on the show. She's playing exactly what she needs to be. Don't even I saw that. But it comes down to the 8th spot. And I don't have Seahorn in there either. And I don't have Sydney Sweeney in there. I don't have Juliana Margulies in there. I really have Christine Baranski for the Gilded Age. You didn't mention that. That's someone that could sneak in there. And I'm telling you that they love Fellows, and Down did really well. And it's just being real quiet, waiting in the weeds, but I could totally see that happening. And also you got The Good Fight, you got this show. She's been kind of close-ish with The Good Fight over the last couple of years. She's been nominated in this category before for The Good Wife. So it's not out of the realm of possibilities that she could make it in here. So that's where I'm leaning at now. But I also too like the Millie Bobby Brown of it all, and which I totally forgot that they put her in this category and not in the other.
Yeah,
category.
Winona Ryder they put in lead, and
Which is
like
switch them. What the hell? Like that's stupid. I get it in season 1, but like now, like not even, well, even maybe not even in season 1, to be honest. But yeah, it's damn, Erik. It really, you're right. It is a bloodbath for one spot.
It is. I would be very surprised to not see these 7.
If it's okay, if it is not these 7, who is the vulnerable one of the 7? Like if 2 spots are open, somebody else.
I would say Yoon Jung is probably the most vulnerable, and
okay.
That would be because I don't think Pachinko is going to do very much outside of her. So it's kind of all on her shoulders to get in, and it would be because of who she is now.
Yeah, I mean, like shit, she went to the Oscars and stole everybody's heart again this year.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
and
she'll
tore Brad Pitt a new one, and that was hilarious.
Yeah. She'll be there for instead of Will Smith next year. You know what I mean? Well, I'm just saying.
Wow,
what a great replacement that would be.
Sure,
just have her host the Oscars. Shit, everybody would love it. You would. She's a wonderful.
I do like the idea of Baranski getting in here. She's basically like a carbon copy of Maggie Smith.
I was just going to say that
Downton
too.
Abbey, and people might be watching this thinking it's a Downton Abbey prequel anyway. So
yeah, that's why I think that
it's
she can get
basically the same character.
Yes, and people
except
love parody.
She's very racially progressive.
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
that's only because there aren't any black people in Downton Abbey. Because apparently there weren't in England at that time.
There still aren't
in the 1920s.
So I don't know what you're talking about.
Not on that side.
Anyway, that's supporting actors right now. Let's go over to actor. Since you groaned, you're going first.
This
Erik.
Category hurts. This is where I wish there was 7, because then it would be absolutely simple and locked.
Yeah, but we have 6.
And somebody major is going to miss.
Yeah.
So I have obviously both Jeremy Strong and Brian Cox. Lee Jung-jae, Squid Game, Jason Bateman, Ozark, Bob Odenkirk, Better Call Saul. And then the last spot is a fight, I think, between Sterling K. Brown, who's a previous winner here, and Adam Scott. It's one of those two, but it's not going to be both because I don't think any of the other ones are missing.
Tyler?
I have the same 5 except for the last one, I guess because I had to do predictions this week, so I have them locked in. But I do have Sterling K. Brown in there. My reasoning over Adam Scott being that he is a previous winner. It is their final season. But I can see Adam Scott like sneaking in here too. But I'm pretty confident in Odenkirk, Bateman, Chung Jae, Cox, and Strong. I feel very confident in those. I just think it's going to be that last spot that's going to be another fight that we're going to have at the Emmys.
Yep.
So I have Lee Jung Jae, I have Strong, Cox, Bateman, Odenkirk, and leaves the final spot. And I get the Sterling K. Brown argument. Breaks my heart that I'm not predicting Adam Scott either. Yeah, I've sat on this.
Ryan,
You know what I'm going to say, Erik.
don't do it, Ryan.
I'm so nervous.
I know what you're gonna say.
I have Kevin Costner for you.
I knew it
now.
because I have him right on my list, and I knew it.
I just think that show is like he's the face of it, and they love and he's and like Kevin Costner's like randomly showing up everywhere. He's everywhere, talking to everybody. Hell, he's like
And
tried
doing
to
that
steal.
meandering speech at the Oscars.
I was gonna say like he like tried to
awful.
save the Oscars. It was all right. It was like it wasn't the worst thing he's ever done. It's not Waterworld, but
I like Waterworld.
you would like Waterworld. But I do think that while I don't think it'll get a lot of love in like the supporting categories, because we didn't mention like, you know, that it could land, you know,
I think it's
possibly
getting a
Oscar.
guest spot, a guest nomination in
For who?
Jackie Weaver.
Yeah. But I don't think it'll get in like supporting actor or supporting actress.
No,
But I do think it will get in here. I think he's the face of the show. When you think of Yellowstone, you think of Sheridan, you think of Costner, and he's been everywhere. So I think he knocks out Sterling K. Brown, and unfortunately, he knocks out Adam Scott, who I think Adam Scott delivers the best performance by a lead actor this year, and that includes Strong and Cox.
I'm trying to make sense of my own predictions, where I've got, you know, 2 supporting nominations, a writing nomination, a directing nomination.
And then Miss Lead Actor.
I think it's getting serious. And then Miss Actor.
Actor and actress. Well, it's probably going to miss actors anyway. We'll talk about that here.
Yeah, but that's a little less.
Yeah.
But so I'm trying to reconcile that. It doesn't make sense. So something's going to happen.
Well, I mean, it does make sense from the standpoint that like those are 2 veteran actors who have been nominated previously before, won Emmys before, Stiller and company. You know, they did Danamora and stuff. Like Stiller's a previous winner, so it makes sense. Like, and then Adam Scott's. I mean, they had the whole run with Parks and Rec and all these other stuff, and he never got recognition for it, so it makes sense. And I mean, there have been, you know, people. I'm trying not to use the Lost comparison a lot, but it took a while for Matthew Fox to get into lead actor before he did. It took a couple of seasons,
and he never deserved it. So
you leave Lost alone. It's a wonderful show. But no, so I just, you know, does it suck that he would probably be the person that's on the outside looking in? Yes. He's also going up against the fact that there's only 6, like if there's 7 or 8 spots, like in the supporting categories, which is stupid. Like if you're going to have, by the way, if you're going to have 8 for the supporting and 6 for lead, it's just dumb. Make it 7 across the board, or
it's submission based, and then there's parity between the gender slots. It's the right way to do it.
I don't like it.
They haven't. It's, if you're not going to do just 5, this is the way to do it.
Well, then do just 5.
You do just 5.
I'm just saying, just do 5. Like the 6 and 8, 9 and 24, whatever.
Well, back in my day.
But what do you guys think? Like, what do you think about Costner? You guys didn't mention it, but I mean,
he's on my list. I've got my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have my 6, and then right outside of that, I have Costner and Scott, right there.
Tyler, it's your favorite show on television, so.
Yeah, speaking to what you said earlier about when you think of Yellowstone, I would like to say that I do not think of Yellowstone. But I could see
Don't
that.
lie.
Look, I even attempted to maybe watch the first episode, and then I saw the pilot was 90 minutes, and I was like, nope, we're done. I don't do that. I don't play that game. Like, that's a movie.
So are you not watching the 2.5 hour finale
Yeah.
for Stranger Things?
I'm going to tell you right now, and for everyone listening, I am anti-Stranger Things. I don't give a shit about that show anymore. And
Here we go.
especially now that they've done these movie-length episodes, and they're like, they're all a movie. Like, no, they're not. They're episodes of TV. And I've heard that they're pretty bloated anyway in some ways. So, and you will never catch me watching a 2.5 hour finale for something. You just won't.
You know, the funny thing is that, I mean, network shows, you know, used to do, and some still do, like 22 to 26 episodes in a season.
Lost.
You could do that with streamers too, but streamers are so locked in to like 10 and 13 episode max seasons for bingeability.
Mhm.
And something like Stranger Things is clearly could be like 18 episodes, 20 episodes.
Yeah. No, that, I mean, if you're gonna split it, just don't split it 2 episodes and 7 episodes. Just do 4 and 4 if you're gonna do a stupid split. Like, or
Well,
like
you can't, because you have to have 6 episodes to be.
Okay, well, then do
considered
6 and
for a
6.
series.
There's nothing wrong with having 6 episodes, I guess. So 6 and 6. There you go. Right.
Oh yes, then it would be like what we were talking about before, of doing a whole year later and making it a whole different season and not a second part of another season.
It's like they're ashamed to be a television series.
Right.
It's like, just be a television series. It's okay. Like you, this is like Netflix's giant vanity project. It's $300 million for like 1 season of television. It's like, okay.
Are we still talking about lead actor, or have we kind of just basically gone into drama?
Well, they're not
series
getting
now?
it. No one's getting into this category for lead actor. We can say that up front.
Yeah,
So,
no, I don't. It's not going anywhere past with the names we mentioned. Otherwise, we would be really bad at this. And
you want to see John C.
I can't
Reilly?
wait for this to come back. Only, you know, I
Don't
mean,
count it out.
He would be in like my top.
He'd be like 10.
15, yeah, maybe 10. Yeah.
Jonathan
maybe.
Bailey, maybe for Bridgerton.
Oh God,
Rounding out of 10.
Oh,
Yeah.
I would love to round out his 10. I would think it would be great for him to get in. I think it would make a lot of sense.
He was doing more stuff that you were just,
I got more.
Yeah.
I got more.
you got more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This could turn into the Jonathan Bailey podcast real fast.
Mhm.
I bet he's listening right now and going, thank you, Erik.
Oh, I'm sure.
Sure he's listening. Does everybody have though Strong winning again?
No.
You don't have
Not
the
yet.
method. You don't have the method actor winning.
I'm not sold on a winner yet.
Really?
Mm-mm.
No.
Because I
Okay.
think Strong, Cox, and Lee are all almost on the same level right now.
Yeah, I feel like it's those 3.
Yeah.
Maybe Dark Horse Bateman, but they could award him in other places, and don't really need to. There's not the urgency to give him an award. I mean, if anyone's going to have urgency, it's going to be next year with Odenkirk, but they've never seemed to have that in previous seasons before.
Bateman is a better director than, I don't mean to say than actor, but
on the show,
his role does not require a whole lot of emotional swings the
No.
way that others do.
Wow.
It's pretty plateaued and monotone and straightforward all the way through. It doesn't have the peaks and valleys that, you know, Garner and Lenny and pretty much everybody else has. He's the straight man, I guess, sort of, to everybody else getting to act big.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
I think Strong's won right now, and I think I want Cox to win, to be honest with you.
He's got the episode.
He's got the episode and everything this year. It's like I get all the love in season 2 for Strong. Like, he was phenomenal there, but like, if someone's going to win from that show, I think Brian Cox should be the person to win this year, because I thought he was fantastic. And not that he's not been fantastic the last 2 years, but like, seriously though, if Adam Scott prayed in the gods, he can get in, that would be great.
Well, we're also in a weird era where repeat winners are not very common here.
No. First time winners have done pretty well too.
Yeah, very.
Yeah. That's why it's like,
but we haven't had a repeat winner for almost 10 years.
Who was the last one? Is it
Bryan Cranston when he won again, but he hadn't won in 1, 2, 3 years before that. So that wasn't a repeat win. Yeah, we haven't had a repeat win since he won 3 years in a row. And that was over 10 years ago.
And he shouldn't have won 3 years in a row.
So we are in a different era of that. I mean, we've talked about this in the past with Billy Porter, with Sterling K. Brown when they won. So I think we'll see somebody new, which would put Cox and Lee ahead of Strong.
Cox, Lee,
for me.
Scott, if he gets in.
No,
I'm just saying, like, in terms of like they're the newbies on the block.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
I see. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I won't feel comfortable picking a winner for this category until we see all the nominations, especially to see just how well Squid Game does.
Yeah, that's the thing too, is it goes back to what I was saying. It's like, has it carried its momentum since like 5 months ago?
Oh
when it was
yeah,
winning awards.
It really has.
Yeah,
I have to say they have Netflix.
I hope so. It's a great
lost the marketing momentum of the show.
I know it's just a lot of shows have come out in between. I'm not saying that it's, I'm just saying. And okay, actress. Let's do it.
I forgot we hadn't even done actress yet.
No, we haven't done actress, sweetheart. Okay. Well, you're the one talking.
I'm gonna have a heart attack.
Yeah, because this is the big one. All right. Let's talk about repeat winners, though. Could have a repeat winner this year, though. With Zendaya, who was phenomenal on Euphoria, just like she is all the time. But you got Laura Linney. You've got some people that are leaving their shows, like the Killing Eve ladies, and oh God, what's her name? Mandy Moore and people like that. And then there's Jennifer Aniston that could come back with the morning show. And then there's the Yellow Jackets lady. So there's a lot of people that we could have here for these 6 spots. So Tyler, how do you see this field playing out?
I have Zendaya as number 1. She had a phenomenal, the whole season she was great, but she had a phenomenal episode with Stand Still Like the Hummingbird. That episode was intense. She gave a brilliant performance, so I could see her winning again. But below that, I do have Laura Linney for Ozark. Melanie Lynskey, I think, will be the sole lead actress nominated for Yellow Jackets. Jennifer Aniston for The Morning Show. And then I'm not sure how they're going to go for it right now, but both of them have been nominated. So I've got Jodie Comer and Sandra Oh in for Killing Eve. So I don't know how those last 2 could shake out, but I'm kind of confident in the first 4.
So you have, the 2 Killing Eve ladies. Talk about a divisive finale too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Erik. You sound so weirdly uneasy about this.
I'm super uneasy because I also feel very solid about 4, which anybody should be. Aniston, Lynskey, Linney, and Zendaya.
Yeah.
I can't help but think that the groundswell for Mandy Moore is not completely real. It just feels too real. So, and she did get in once.
Yes.
So I think she's getting in. I think she's in.
Okay.
And so that's 5.
Mm-hmm.
So that would mean that
you need
both
one
Jodie
more.
Comer and Sandra Oh could not both get in.
Which would be interesting.
It would be, because I think Jodie Comer would be the one to get in over Sandra Oh.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So that's who you have?
That is what I have. Yeah.
I have Zendaya, Linney, Lynskey, Aniston. I have Comer. And I don't have Sandra Oh. with you that Mandy Moore's got a lot of support right now. It's the final season for that show, so I get that.
And you can watch our interview with Mandy Moore on AwardsWatch.com.
There you go. There it is. There's Elizabeth Moss, Shining Girls, previous winner in the category. Multiple nominees. Also, interview you can find on the website at awardswatch.com. Erik did that one. Was a great interview.
It really was.
I said that last time, so you don't get more praise than that.
No, I'm gonna keep praising myself. Sorry.
There you go. Pat yourself on the back. That'll keep the lights on.
That's what I do after all my interviews.
Tyler's done better work than Erik. But anyway.
Oh God, don't say that.
That's the truth. It's the truth.
Yeah, okay.
This final spot is really what has been. I don't think it's going to be Sandra Oh. Britt Lower would if they really go for Succession, that would be where she gets in. But
Severance, you mean?
Or Severance? I'm sorry. Why did I say Succession? I'm sorry. It's
probably because Sarah Snook should be in lead, not supporting.
No shit. But
she'd get in too.
She would. Bransky's not someone that I would consider here, and Ashley for Bridgerton's not someone either. Carrie Coon for the Gilded Age, if they go for that could be her. You know, she never got really nominated for The Leftovers. She's a very well respected actress. She does a really great job on that show. I could see her possibly getting in too.
I feel like you're not picking Kelly O'Reilly from your favorite show, Yellowstone.
No, isn't she in supporting?
No, she's in lead.
She in lead? Wow. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna go with Carrie Coon. I'm gonna go Carrie Coon for right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I'm gonna
say that Carrie Coon showing up in this category would be a huge surprise to me on nomination morning.
It would be a massive surprise. A great one, but an absolute shocker.
Which, I mean, they will do that. So
they will do that. They do that.
Watching the nominations come out this year is going to be like watching the Super Bowl for me.
Listen, I truly think that sixth spot it could be anybody. I honestly,
we could see both Comer and O missing, and others get in instead.
Absolutely.
Yeah, especially if people like Ryan said, the finale is super divisive. More people hate it than love it.
Yeah.
So if people are just totally turned off by that, they just might not vote for them.
The show has had diminishing returns its last couple of years too at the Emmys as well.
It has, because its first year
was phenomenal,
and that was Phoebe Waller-Bridge.
Yeah, it's one of the best writers in the world.
And then the next season's writing nomination was Emerald Fennell. This is not where the show is anymore. It's in a very different critical place. So it could easily be just absolutely dropped.
Should have ended like 2 seasons ago.
You should have ended like 2 seasons.
It should have. It ran out of steam.
It would have been fine if Phoebe Waller-Bridge remained a showrunner, I feel.
Damn right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, she's a genius.
Yeah, Phoebe, if you're listeing.
Phoebe, if you're listening, I know you listen every week.
I know you listen to Awards Watch, don't play.
She's got every award.
I feel, like I said, locked in about those 4.
Yes. Absolutely.
I think they're set. But yet there is absolutely a scenario in which both Killing Eve women miss. And if that was the case, then I think Elizabeth Moss would be in there.
Yeah. That's someone
she's phenomenal in Shining Girls.
Yeah, I mean, if she playing multiple characters.
Yeah, and if she gets in for that, then we're just at the point where like anything she does, just throw her in there at that point.
Well, this, like lead actor, this is also a category that has not had a repeat winner in over a decade. So
it's going to this year.
Zendaya winning would be pretty big. Obviously, she would be as only the second Black woman to win here. She'd be the first to win twice.
Yep.
And it is still never not going to be hilarious to me that
she submitted that in the first season submission
that she won for was honestly pretty weak, pretty terrible, but it was just, the 32 dicks. And what she'll be able to submit this year is just phenomenal work.
I mean, if she doesn't win for this submission, but wouldn't that be kind of weird too? It's like, what if she doesn't win for this submission?
That would be Emmys to a T.
Yeah.
Yep.
But then
to do that.
So who's number 2 for y'all? Is it Lenny?
Since those two were 1 and 2 all season long, the year that's day 1,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it has to be.
Yeah. I just don't see a world where it's not, even though.
Well, it's not going to be Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah, even though she's won SAG before for the performance or whatever, it's that's not going to happen.
I would watch out for Linsky.
Yeah,
she will have great submissions. That kitchen counter conversation with her daughter has to be her submission because that's her clip right there.
Yep.
But she is an absolute spoiler, and we haven't even gotten to nominations, obviously, but she's a spoiler.
Yeah, no, for sure.
That's the top 3.
Tyler, you agree?
Yeah, I think so. I can't see I can see Aniston being a lock for a nomination, but I can't see her winning. So if it's not Zendaya, I think that Lenny and Linsky are going to be battling it out.
Yeah, no, for sure. But I think it's Zendaya's. She's gonna walk away with it when it's all said and done.
I would love that.
Me too. I love her. She's the fucking best. All right, drama series. Let's do it. Let's talk about it. I think with 8,
we got 8 slots.
We got 8 slots. Just make it 10. It's bullshit. This is where you could do just 10. Ridiculous.
Like the Oscars.
Yep. Stupid. Is it always 8 every year, or a sliding scale?
Now it is.
Yeah, it's now, but it was sliding scale, right?
Last year it was 8 solid, and then it was sliding scale previously. So
okay. Erik.
Yes.
What you got in 8?
I have Better Call Saul, Ozark, Stranger Things, Succession, Severance, Squid Game, This Is Us, Yellow Jackets.
Okay. All right. Tyler?
I have the exact same 8.
Wow. You guys have been writing and working too long together already. It's no fun.
No, I mean, it's obviously Euphoria and Yellowstone are right there, and they take either This Is Us or Yellow Jackets space. Mm-hmm. Nobody else's, but definitely theirs.
Yeah, those first 6 are like locked in. This Is Us, I think, will make it in for the final season.
Yeah. And
I think on nomination morning, once we start seeing just how much they like, if they do Yellow Jackets, then I think we'll be able to say before it happens, like they'll probably nominate it. But I'm not, it just really depends. Like we keep mentioning Showtime, but I mean, we just all know that Showtime is just not the best at marketing shows for Emmy. So that's my only, my drawback isn't because of the show's quality. It's only because of the network it comes on.
Yeah.
Oh, I think they're going to screw the pooch. And,
they've done more with this show because they really capitalized on.
They really don't have anything else.
Reviews and the buzz. No, they're not doing anything with the reboot of Dexter. Thank God.
Thank God.
I mean, the only big hits that they've had at the Emmys previously were Homeland and Dexter.
Yeah.
So it's been bleak, but this could be a huge comeback for Showtime.
I don't think it's getting in.
Do you think the other yellow is?
Yes.
Of course you do.
That big reception when they got the SAG ensemble nomination, I was like, well, we're doing this. And I'm worried about This Is Us too. I think Euphoria could easily get in. That had a lot of buzz. But the first season was nominated. Mm-hmm. No. Okay.
No, all it had was like music
and Zendaya.
Contemporary makeup. Zendaya. I mean, she was the main focus. I think it will increase its nominations. It'll get, more makeup and costumes.
The second season was more, I think, talk about
music
overall
supervision. Yeah, the second season was pretty major.
Yeah. And This Is Us, like, it ended, but I didn't hear anybody talk about that. And I think the thing, I think also the thing about it is that the people that are still watching that show and a part of it, they're such big fans of it. And we know this to be true. It's like once you're sort of in the club with certain shows, once you're in, you're kind of in. So it would feel weird if This Is Us all of a sudden just didn't show up in its final season. So I think it's in the 8th spot. I do think Yellowstone is in. I think that it's been such a big hit, and it's on like 2 streaming platforms and on a television and on, regular episodes are shown on TV too. Like it's been pretty accessible for people. Like people are able to see it and watch it, and it's been a big hit. And yeah, Costner's been out there. Sheridan's been doing tons of interviews. I think it's going to squeak in. And that would mean that like Yellow Jackets gets like a ton of nominations. And I could totally see this happening where it gets a ton of nominations. It's a big critical success. And then it doesn't land the big one. And that happens with
absolutely
many series.
It could get writing and directing and miss drama series. Absolutely.
Well, like writing, directing, Linsky, and then not get drama series. Like that could happen. That's definitely on the table.
Yeah. The same way that This Is Us will clearly miss writing and directing, but
most of
it's been in here 4 times, including last year.
Yeah.
I would be pretty surprised if they suddenly just went,
screw it. We don't want to be part of the family anymore.
It's only missed one season.
Was it the second? No.
Fourth
season. Yeah. I knew it was one of the.
And that was with 8 spots.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, I mean, I think it's like between those 10. Like if we did a 10, it would be easy. We'd be done. We wouldn't even have to talk about this. Because it's like Bridgerton's not getting in here at all, and Loki. The Loki of it all.
The Loki is an absolute creepy little spoiler here.
It's just sneaking around.
It very much is.
Same with Hiddleston over an actor too. Like, he's got 2 shows this year, and people like him. He's a very likable guy.
But is anyone actually even talking about the Essexer film?
No, but I'm just saying, it's like he's doing stuff for both, so he's around. He's
true
talking about his whole year. Busy guy, busy year. So I'm not saying it's going to happen, but
no, you're not.
If Loki does get in, once again, it proves that you have to be keeping. If this happens, I'm definitively going to say this. If Loki gets in here from here on out, you have to have a Disney Plus show somewhere within your drama series, your comedy series, or your limited series at this point. It has to happen, because then they are the most watched and talked about things. And you'd had Mandalorian, WandaVision, and Loki 3 straight years. Something got into a big, gigantic category. 2 of them being in drama series, for Christ's sake. And Mandalorian
I would say though that Loki is not only not going to perform in the same way that those other 2 did. As popular as it was not at that level of like deafening popularity.
I agree. That's why I'm saying is that if,
but it's an absolute.
I don't think it's going to. No, it's a dark horse.
Little outlier here. Absolutely.
Yeah. It's in the corner, figuring out, plotting, the scheming, just like the character, how to get into the party. And I get that.
Yes.
So
I will say, Ryan, I think you're right. If Loki ended up getting nominated here, that would change the way I think about predictions for next year and every year after.
Yeah,
it would be a surprise, but I would always be in the back of my mind wondering if.
I didn't expect the freaking Boys to get in last year. That was a complete surprise.
Yeah, for its second season.
For its second season, when the first season
writing too.
Yeah, when the first season got diddly squat.
That was another thing, though. I think most of us had it predicted in writing. Though we saw the writing on the wall.
Yeah.
So to
okay.
Speak.
All right.
So it was there. That wasn't a difficult prediction. The prediction for it in series then started to make a little more sense as a possibility. So you could see it. And again, that's what I told Tyler. I'm like, when you do your predictions, I want you to put the network by every single title so that you're looking at your list going, how many do I have lined up here from the HBO, same network, and Netflix, where's the representation from as many the big ones, Amazon and Apple and Netflix and now Disney. You kind of have to look at it like that.
Yeah. And then with doing that, like This Is Us, this is going to possibly be the last time we have a network television show in this category for a little while, unless something comes
it
up.
was already at the time the comeback for network television.
Yeah.
Its existence here was that because there hadn't been.
No, there was what was it? Like The Good Wife. And then before that, it was like Lost in Grey's Anatomy for a little bit. And
Friday Night Lights, The Good Wife. Yeah. That was it. Again, almost 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Kind of a something that just keeps coming back, that we are at the 10-year mark for a lot of things
wonderful
happening
television
for
shows.
the last time.
Yeah. It's really weird. But it goes back to like what we said about, and I'm not trying to say they're on the same level of anticipation and buzz or anything, but if people are like, we need to have network television, because Abbott Elementary's done so well, and it's like, there's that section of people that think that, those television shows should be considered here in these categories. And so honoring that first season of Abbott Elementary and honoring this last season of This Is Us is like that last sort of hurrah first in that other category too. So yeah, and in a lot of ways too, sort of Yellowstone is that as well. It's not on a streamer.
Yeah, it is a streamer, but it feels like it's just CBS. So it feels like something
like
that
Paramount Network, right?
That would get like 15 million viewers a week and like a 0.8 rating.
Yeah, exactly. So, but
because nobody from 18 to 34 watches it.
Everybody have Succession number 1 right now. Erik, what do you got? Squid Game?
Yeah,
you do.
No.
You do have Succession.
I would say Succession is 1. Squid Game
close.
Is super close.
Yeah. 2. So if it's not those 2,
because Squid Game winning and every one of its nominations is going to be a hugely progressive nomination for the Emmys. So a win would be even more so. And they are aware. They're very aware.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If it's not those 2, what's number 3?
I would say Ozark.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it was. I mean, I would be kind of surprised. That's all.
Look at its nomination haul year to year. It like doubles and triples.
And yet it doesn't win the big prize.
No, but it's won 4, including directing.
I get that, but and 2 of them are Garner, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I know we didn't discuss guest, but it would also be so fucking Emmys for Tom Pelphrey to get in guest after missing in supporting when he should have won that category.
See, if Severance has a good morning, I think that's the sneaky third. Because I don't see it being Stranger Things. I don't see it being Better Call Saul. Like This Is Us, Yellow Jackets, Euphoria, Yellowstone. Those aren't going to happen.
It's not going to get in with. No. It's not going to win without writing, directing, and.
But what I'm saying is that if Severance has like a really good morning, if it gets writing, directing, the 2, it surprises with Scott.
It would have to get Adam Scott.
Yeah, if it gets Scott, then I'm going to sit here in a couple of weeks. I'm going to go, all right.
Yeah,
I can feel it.
Well, we're still,
but we're still in
our
the
finals.
No, we haven't had our final predictions and everything. But
things are still open. We can be very wrong.
I still don't know where I'm going to go with that last spot. I mean, I could change it back from Costner, but I don't think it's going to be like Yellowstone or something like that. But I do think it's like Squid Game or Succession. Those were the 2 early in the season that really, went there with the category and everything. And I have Succession winning right now, but I'm not sold on it as much because I don't know about y'all, but like the 3rd season, by the end, I was like, okay, all right, there's something new that's got to change with this series because it's feeling a little same songy, and that's why I think something like Squid Game or Severance could come in for their freshman seasons, and they like new stuff. They've liked new stuff in the past, so
yeah. But for a show like Succession, the reason why it does well season to season is the very ever-changing dynamics of who has control and power. And that's why when it shifted to Matthew McFadden, that was a big deal.
Yeah. I mean, it's a big deal. I do think that, I don't know, something about the third season, I felt a little disinterested, or maybe that it was starting to feel like it was a lot of the same stuff and it wasn't going as new as I wanted it to be. But yet, I don't know. And so it was a weird place I was at with the third season by the end, but I still I love the finale. I thought it was great. And I'm like, I think it's like 2 or 3 episodes. I was like, yeah, okay, sure. But then the end, it caught me back in, and I was like, well, I'll do this for another 2 seasons or whatever. But
yeah.
And so I'm interested in seeing that, because like when SAG happened, I was like, okay, it seems that Squid Game's got a lot of momentum. Yes, Succession won in the ensemble category, but you know, I feel like it is vulnerable. It is not as, you know, 100%.
They're likely going to be the nomination leaders.
Yeah.
With Ozark. I mean, what's unfortunate for Squid Game is only having 1 submission in each writing and directing. If they had more, they might have been able to get more and push themselves past like 20.
Yeah.
Because they're going to get all the others, you know, all of the sound and picture editing and costume and makeup acting, and production design and it's going to get all of that.
If it doesn't, then which I doubt.
Oh no,
it will. It will. Yeah, I would be shocked. Yeah.
But then you have Succession, which is going to dominate. It's going to get like 8 or 10 acting nominations.
Yeah.
Look at guest actor. It could get 4 of the 6.
And then 1 in guest actress.
2
in guest actress.
Yep.
I don't know. Tyler, what do you think of all of that? You think it's
just a real quick, I'll do it myself this time since Eric's been doing it. Since he mentioned motion picture editing for Squid Game, you can find my interview with the editor Young on AwardsWatch.com. Yeah, I agree with everything that Erik said. Am I the only one that thinks that Squid Game submitting the finale over the pilot was weird?
Yes. I hated it.
That was not smart.
Like, I still think they're going to get nominated, but I thought that was such a strange decision from them.
Yeah. I know.
They should have done both.
Yeah.
And honestly, the finale is the worst episode. Maybe.
That's not, yeah.
And the pilot is such a stunner.
Yeah. The pilot's amazing.
I mean, that's how first seasons, that's how you do the Emmys with your first season.
Yeah. You usually want to submit the pilot. Like I said in my piece, if you submit the pilot, it encompasses everything that you're telling the audience your show's going to be about. It provides the catalyst that goes through the rest of the episodes. And I think that most of the time it's really the best showcase to say, like, this is what we're doing with this show.
Yeah. No, for sure. For sure. Well, that's where we're at with drama series right now. Gave everybody a good little taste of that. Next episode will probably be, next time we do this, when it would be probably our final predictions.
It will be. We'll have to go through them a lot quicker so that we're not going to have like a,
I think
6-hour podcast. So.
Well, yeah, we won't. I mean, we've used these shows to sort of break down our thoughts of what we're having to come, and then we'll just spit out names and say thank you.
That's exactly right.
Tyler Doster, tell everyone where they can find you on the internet.
You can find me on Twitter at Tyler M. Doster. That's my username. All my reviews, interviews, thoughts on television are on there. You can find all my work at AwardsWatch.com. And you can stream Beyonce's new single, Break My Soul, on Spotify, Apple Music, and Tidal.
Goddamn right. Goddamn right. I fucking love you, Tyler. I love you so much.
That was
You're the best. Erik Anderson, where can we find you?
Well, you could find me the same place as Tyler, and I have to shout out his fantastic work the last couple of weeks. He's got interviews with Jeremy Podeswa, for the director of Station 11, Hamish Patel, star of Station 11, The Only Murders in the Building season 2 review, just a lot. Oh my God, the interview with Britt Lauer too. It just, yeah, please go and read all of them. They're wonderful.
Yes.
And if you happen to be there, then you can read anything that I might have going on too.
Yeah. And that's at awardswatch.com. And you can find Erik on Twitter at awards_watch for all his
that
tweets and Madonna shit and
my absolute
his
just
shade.
dumb fuckery.
Yeah. It starts at like 6 a.m. and doesn't end until like midnight.
I
Pacific
tweet
Standard
some
Time.
dumb shit from bed, I'll tell you that.
God, I love it though.
I
It's
do
like,
too.
it's like fuel in the morning. And I was like, oh, Eric's up. Dumb shit alert. You know what I mean?
That's usually the first thing I do when I wake up. I'm like, what has Erik said today?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Usually I have to text him and be like, I hate you so much for this one.
If I should collect all of the texts where Tyler said, I hate you so much.
There's that, or when I text you, Erik, like the
know.
collective,
No.
Yeah. Well, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram and Letterboxd at Ryan McQuade 77. You can find my work here at Awards Watch with these two lovable people, as well as all the other people that have been doing amazing stuff. Just Dewey and Zoe and Sophia and Nicole and Dan. They've all been doing really great stuff recently. And then of course, Erik's been doing his usual fantastic stuff. But then, yes, I agree. Tyler's just been knocking it out of the park. Absolute superstar right now. I'm so proud of all the stuff you've been doing, my friend. And we will be back with a regular Monday episode talking about, what are we talking about? Oh, we'll talk a little Elvis, get some more people's reactions to that mess. And then we're going to talk about our top 3 musical biopics. And hopefully we don't cry about that.
Wow.
I don't, nobody should cry about that.
Wow. Too soon.
Too soon.
My Lord.
No, I guess it's tears of like, get me out of this movie theater because it's a bad genre
podcast. Get me out of this podcast. Is that
yeah,
what it is?
exactly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it going for another 6 hours just to keep you in here and trapped. No, that's what we'll do. We'll do listener questions and games next time. But thank you all so much for listening, and we will see you all next time.